Welcome to the Common Constitutionalist Weekly Podcast on a Super Bowl weekend. Oh no, am I allowed to say Super Bowl? I'm not sanctioned to say Super Bowl. I guess it's Big Game Weekend. Now, I guess if I'm not profiting from this podcast by saying Super Bowl, then I can say Super Bowl, I think. But whatever, I'm saying Super Bowl. So it's the Falcons and the Patriots. Hooray, another Super Bowl weekend. But before I break for the Super Bowl, I'm going to discuss a few topics. Actually, I guess, to be more succinct, a couple of topics. The first is the debunking of yet another food myth, this time vegetable oil. I guess it ain't so healthy after all. And the second topic is the reaction of leftist CEOs to the Trump travel ban. Well, the now defunct or temporarily defunct Trump travel ban that hates all Muslims, apparently. All that today on the Common Constitutionalist.
You are listening to the Common Constitutionalist, broadcasting from an undisclosed location, free from the prying eyes of establishment black helicopters.
Okie dokie. So let's get this started here with the an article from the Daily Mail, and this is another one of these busted food myths. We've seen them. I've written about them. I've podcasted on them over the years, and just like salt, saturated fats, cholesterol, coffee, margarine, eggs, milk, high fructose corn syrup. All these things are either good for you or bad for you. The whole industries have cropped up because of these food myths, and then they get debunked, years later, decades later, or they were a myth to begin with, and it was just covered up, basically. That salt causes hypertension, heart disease, and all this other crap. That was blown out of the water. Foods high in cholesterol, they're bad for you. It turns out they're not. Coffee's bad for you. No, it's good for you. Who knows what's good, what's bad, whatever. Margarine was the greatest thing in the world, and get rid of butter and eat margarine. Now that's crapola. Eggs are bad for the heart. No, they're good for the heart. No, they're bad for the. No, they're good. It's absurd. Milk, make sure you drink your milk. No, milk doesn't do much for you. It tastes good. It's yummy, and it's nothing better than a cold glass of milk with dinner. But other than that, it's, the health benefits are nil, apparently. And then there's high fructose corn syrup, which is supposed to be the bane of human existence, and basically it has the same composition as regular old sugar. So there really isn't any difference. It's just all food myths. And the Daily Mail brings us another food myth. They say, do you cook with vegetable oil? Vegetable oil, it's the heart healthy, blah, blah, blah. Don't cook with saturated fats and butters and lards and all that other crap. Well, if you do, it could increase your risk of dementia, new research warns. Oh, here we go. Vegetable oil. Eating a diet rich in vegetable oil could put you at risk for dementia, experts claim. Emerging research shows the oil is more likely than others to cause plaque buildup in the brain, a known precursor to serious neurodegenerative diseases. Hooray. So we think we're being heart healthy and brain healthy and whatnot, and basically we're killing ourselves, or causing dementia and Alzheimer's. That's just terrific. They continue. In the mid-20th century, Americans were increasingly concerned about the growing rate of heart disease and were told to ditch the saturated fats such as butter and cream in favor of vegetable oil. But Dr. Shanahan, the nutritionist and family physician, says that this was a serious mistake because these oils cause oxidative stress, damaging brain membranes and building up plaque.
You're listening to the Common Constitutionalist. Let the truth be known.
Dr. Shanahan explains that in the mid-1950s, consumers were told to stop eating saturated fats and turn to products like vegetable oils. Vegetable oils that come in a variety of forms: canola, palm, corn, soy, sunflower, safflower, cottonseed, rice bran, and grapeseed. Happy day. But according to her, too much of these oils, where have we heard that? Oh yeah, that's right, from me. Too much of anything is a bad thing. Duh. But let me continue here. But according to her, too much of these oils in our diets can take a toll on our bodies. She says vegetable oils can make you, now remember this, just recall, if you remember nothing, remember this, at least for a few more, say, paragraphs as I read this thing. She says vegetable oils can let's try that again. She says vegetable oils can make you feel foggy and fatigued, cause migraines, and even trigger diseases such as Alzheimer's or dementia later down the line. We've seen research with Alzheimer's patients that doctors will biopsy part of the brain and see plaque has built up. But she says that all is not lost, that even if you've grown up eating a diet rich in vegetable oils, you can reduce the negative effects by cutting them out. Now, at the same time, a report by the European Food Safety Authority, the EFSA, declared that palm oil to be more carcinogenic than any other oil, following similar claims from the World Health Organization. They claim palm oil to be geotoxic and carcinogenic. Dun, dun, dun. When digested, a chemical in palm oil, glycidyl fatty acid esters, has a tendency to break down and release glycidol, whatever, a compound strongly believed to cause tumors. Okay? Now, so we've got, what did I say? Cause tumors, remember that, and it makes you feel foggy and fatigued. Yet the website Organic Facts claims, quote, some of the health benefits of palm oil that cause tumors and make you feel fatigued include its ability to improve energy levels, improve vision, and prevent cancers, boost the immune system, and helps to prevent premature aging, like Alzheimer's and dementia, protects against heart disease, and is beneficial for pregnant women until it's not. Pretty much the exact opposite of the claims by Dr. Shanahan and the EFSA. Shanahan said that I would encourage people to take a 7-day challenge, and they'll realize it's in everything, and that's the problem. If you get rid of these oils, your taste buds will wake up a little bit. You'll taste food the way it's supposed to taste, and you'll see improvement. You'll have more energy. Not according to organicfactsclaims.com or whatever the crap it is, organicfacts.net, I guess it is. Isn't this just the most absurd thing? And no matter where you look, it's all just bogus. I don't know if Dr. Shanahan's right or not. I don't know if Organic Facts is right or not. I don't know who's right. But the Daily Mail continues. Palm oil is promoted as healthy because it contains monounsaturated fats and omega-3 fatty acids, but it also contains high levels of polyunsaturated fats. But these fats oxidize easily, polyunsaturated fats, depleting the body of antioxidants and causing inflammation and mutation in cells, which cause premature aging and cancer. But according to Organic Facts, it prevents cancer and premature aging. So there you go. Vegetable oil also contains trans fats, which are highly toxic and associated with increased risk of various diseases like heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and obesity. Holy shnikes. In the last few years, research has begun to tout the benefits of heart-healthy fats like butter and avocados. Butter. Yes, indeed. Butter. So, you can't make this stuff up, folk. If you want to use oils, Dr. Shanahan says the consumers would do well to replace vegetable oils with olive, coconut, avocado, or peanut oil. This is like I said, it just goes to show what I've always preached to my kids and what I've tried to live myself. Eat whatever the blank you want. Just eat it in moderation. You do everything in moderation, and you'll be good. Genetics plays a big part in your existence, your happiness, and your health. And if you're genetically predisposed to a disease, the likelihood is you're going to get that disease. I don't give a rat's patoot what you eat, what you drink, what you smoke, what you do. It doesn't matter to some extent. And all this research is it's all bullcrap, in my opinion. Everything that they've ever touted to be healthy or unhealthy, they found it seems to be the exact opposite decades later or years later or whatever it happens to be. It's all crapola. And I ain't got nothing more to say on that.
You're listening to the Common Constitutionalist. Let the truth be known.
So I was going to, my second and final segment, actually, I was going to do something a little more lighthearted, something like that, just because I'm mentally preparing for the Super Bowl. Yeah, as if I'm actually playing in the Super Bowl. But hey, it's my team. Go Pats. Yeah, baby. I got to get the ribs prepared. I got to dry rub them. I got to prepare them. That takes a long time to do. I'm doing this Saturday night. I'll be cooking all day tomorrow, undisturbed basically, because ribs it's a task. If you do it right, it takes a while, but it does pay off. At any rate, and then I saw this in IBD, in Investors Business Daily, and this is in reaction to the now at least temporarily defunct travel ban, Trump's big travel ban. That I think it affected 109 people. So we had hundreds of thousands of people protesting all over the globe, basically, not just in America, over the inconvenience of 109 people. That's what I heard anyways. So IBD writes this is about CEOs reacting to Trump's announcement of the travel ban, as if they're going to be affected. But again, with leftists, like Rush says, I've said, many other conservatives have said, with the left, everything is political. Everything is political. The books you read, the movies you watch, the food you eat, everything, the clothes you wear, the car you drive, every freaking thing on the planet is political to these people. So IBD writes, when Uber denounced President Trump's executive order putting a temporary halt to visas and refugees from terror-prone countries, oh my heavens, it only fanned the flames of the anti-Trump crowd. Politics is a dangerous game. Okay, if you say so. I suppose if you were at University of California, Berkeley, and standing in the way of those anarchists, yes, it could be a dangerous game. Shortly after Trump's announcement, Uber CEO Travis Kalanick sent a note to Uber drivers calling Trump's move an, quote, unjust immigration and travel ban, unquote. So the CEO of Uber has to take it upon himself to send a note out to all the Uber drivers telling them that this is an unjust immigration and travel ban. Why? What's even the point? Like I said, with leftists, a lot of these CEOs are leftists too, either by choice because they are leftists, or because of peer pressure that's the way they just have to act leftist or be leftist in order to get along in these certain industries. Now, I don't know which one Travis Kalanick is, and frankly, I don't give a flying crap one way or the other. But it's just silly. The first thing he thinks of is to send a note out to all the drivers that this is an unjust immigration and travel ban. Really? Whatever. But IBD writes that if the intent was meant to mollify Trump's critics, it completely backfired. Tens of thousands signed a petition attacking Uber and calling on people to #delete Uber. I hate hashtags. From their smartphones. Why? Because Kalanick was on Trump's Business Advisory Council. He quickly caved and resigned from the council. Okay. And why was he on Trump's, if he's a leftist, why was he on Trump's advisory council in the first place? Well, my guess is because he's an industry leader. And that's what Trump wants on his business or industry advisory council is business leaders. Guys that have pulled themselves up from nothing, basically, and have achieved greatness in business. Isn't that what you want on your council? Left, right, middle of the road, who cares? But apparently, to leftists, that's all that matters. So he caved and quickly resigned from the council. Other businesses are being pressured to follow Kalanick's steps. This week, Nordstrom announced that it could no longer carry the Ivanka Trump clothing line after a boycott campaign targeted and dozens of other companies that have business ties with Trump. But that's okay, because like Macy's and other brick-and-mortar stores, in 5 years, Nordstrom won't exist anyway. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is being heavily pressured to drop out of the advisory council, too. Yes, the world's richest welfare recipient, who owes his entire existence to government grants and largesse, has been heavily pressured to drop out of the advisory council. Yeah, okay. And IBD writes that, as the leftist Huffington Post puts it, employees, I love the way everybody's using leftist now. At any rate, as the leftist Huffington Post put it, employees, consumers, and activists want business leaders to pick a side. Well, why? Why do business leaders have to pick a freaking side? Business is like non-denominational for the most part, isn't it? It's non-political and non-denominational.
You're listening to The Common Constitutionalist. Let the truth be known.
In my day job, so to speak, we deal with thousands of customers throughout New England, throughout the United States, and a few internationally. I don't have a clue where any of these people stand politically, unless, of course, they start a political discussion, and it turns out that more often than not, a lot of these guys that I deal with, blue-collar guys, are more conservative than you would think. And we deal with a lot of universities, state governments, federal governments, prisons, a lot of schools and whatnot, and I don't have a clue. A lot of these people could be flaming liberals. What the hell do I care? Excuse me. What the heck do I care? What their political leanings are. I don't care. I just want them to buy our stuff. I couldn't care less. But these leftists, I mean, these CEOs, like I said, everything is political to these people, and it's absolutely insane. But then again, I'm not one big on boycotts. I mean, I may personally boycott something that, a store or a business or whatever it happens to be, that I don't agree with their political views, or they've done something stupid like, transgender bathrooms or something that I don't agree with. But that's just me. I'm not going to encourage any of my listeners, readers, or acquaintances or friends not to visit a store or a website or something because they're wacky leftists. What? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. And IBD continues. But talk much today? Evidently not. But as Uber's Kalanick learned, having your company take sides in a political battle is extremely perilous. Trying to appease hardcore activists can easily backfire, and no matter which side you take, you aren't guaranteed to alienate a huge chunk of a consumer base. And you're absolutely right. And for these leftist activists, no matter what you do, it ain't going to be good enough. It will never be left enough. Because they're going to keep pushing the envelope and literally and figuratively burning things down until there's nothing left. And there's no reasonable-minded, even leftist, liberal business leader who's going to want to go that far. And so it's a rabbit hole they shouldn't be going down. And the article continues. Target learned the dangers of playing politics when it decided to eagerly embrace the transgender bathroom movement. After Target said it would let customers use whatever bathroom match their gender identity, 1.4 million people signed a pledge do not shop at Target. I won't ever darken the door of a Target store, but I'm not going to tell anyone else to, and I'm not going to sign some silly petition. I'm just not going to shop there. And I haven't. I haven't been there in years. But it's not because of their gender thing. It was years and years ago, I walked into a Target after seeing a report on some newscast or some website or something like that, which said the Target was no longer going to say Merry Christmas or have anything to do with Christmas in their stores. It was all going to be Happy Holidays and all that sorts of winter solstice crap. And so I just said, you know what? If you guys want to do that, fine. I'll shop at Walmart where they actually say Merry Christmas to you and have the nice Salvation Army bucket people ringing their bells out front, which Target, I don't know if they made illegal, but it was company policy to stop them. And IBD writes that because of the Target's policy, store traffic and earnings dropped, and the company is now dumping $20 million into installing single occupancy bathrooms in stores. Business Insider said the boycott cost Target more than anyone expected. Good. After Kellogg pulled ads from the conservative Breitbart news site because it didn't reflect their values, Breitbart mounted a boycott campaign. He said, she said, you do that, we'll do more. You bring a knife, we'll bring a gun. It's just ridiculous. It never ends. Against Kellogg, that has attracted nearly 500,000 signatures. What is Kellogg's values? Eating cornflakes, that's their values. Well, I mean, honestly, their values? Really? I mean, if Kellogg's is liberal, they got to know that Breitbart has never been liberal. They used to be a little more libertarian than they are now. They're all Trump all the time now, but, you know, such is life. I mean, if you don't want to advertise, just pull your advertising. You don't need to make some political statement that they don't reflect your values. How ridiculous. So they continue. Some conservatives are now using the left's Trump boycott list as a shopping guide. This isn't to say that business leaders should be silent or not get involved on their own dime, correct? But when their companies take an official stand on a highly charged and divisive issue, it's their shareholders who are likely to pay the price. And that's exactly it, and evidently they don't care because they're getting pressure from their cocktail friends or whoever the heck they are, you know, on the northwest side of Manhattan, Central Park West or something. And they get pressured into taking these ridiculous stands, and it costs their companies money. And again, like IBD says correctly, it costs their shareholders money, and that's just ridiculous. After all, for every Trump hater, there are supporters just as eager to boycott companies they feel are on the wrong side of the political divide. And this is just this whole thing. I don't know where it's going to end, but it ain't going to get any better anytime soon. I mean, the people that hate Trump, they hate him with a passion. The people that love him with a passion. And there is a divide that probably can't be breached. I don't know what is going to happen, but I fear, like I said, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better, and it may not get any better as long as this guy's in office. And that's the way it is because he was elected fair and square, Hillary people. Doesn't matter. Now, I'm not a huge supporter of Trump. He's done a lot of good. He's done a few things that I disagree with, but that's the way it's going to be with every president. Reagan, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, it doesn't matter. You're never going to agree with everybody 100% of the time. It's just the way it is. But it is what it is. You go, you live your life, and you let them do what they do. But this divide and conquer crap, this boycotting crap, it's got to end. But it's not going to end. I wish it would, but it ain't going to end. So that's about all I've got to say. This is the Common Constitutionalist signing off. Go Patriots. Let's see, my prediction, 31-24 Pats. Finally, they will win by more than 3 points. Hopefully, I would love it to be a blowout. It would be so nice not to sit on the edge of our seats during this Super Bowl. But that's probably what's going to happen because that's what happens every time the Patriots are in a Super Bowl, and that's just the way it is. So go Pats. If you're a Falcon fan, too bad for you. That's it. Common Constitutionalist signing off. I'm out. See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Common Constitutionalist Weekly Podcast.